already. I thought I just went to bed. Let me get ready and meet my duckies. They must be waiting for me to teach them something new. Hey duckies! I'm here! Come along! Good morning, Mr. Hamster! Good morning, duckies! What are we going to learn today? You'll see soon. First, let me ask you a question. Do you know that the sun is so much bigger than the earth we live in?
Really? Are you sure? I can see the sun and it doesn't look that big.
Ha ha ha! I'm sure of that. You can fit more than 1 million Earths inside the sun. But the sun is also so far away. That's why it looks so small.
Oh, I didn't know that.
The sun is so hot too. It's a ball of fire.
Oh, I'm scared of fire. I'm really glad that the sun is so far away.
Yes, sun is so hot. But every living being needs the sun.
Really? But why?
Without the sun's heat and light, the earth will be lifeless and covered with ice. All plants need the sun to make their food, and all animals depend on the plants to live.
Okay, I see now.
The earth rotates on its own axis.
What's an axis?
The axis is an imaginary line that goes through the middle of the earth. It helps us understand how the earth spins.
Ah, I see.
Do you know why we see the sun only during the day and not during the night?
I have no idea.
Anyone else?
Does it have anything to do with the rotation of the earth?
Bingo! That's exactly right. The earth's rotation causes night and day.
Really? We didn't know that.
I'm going to show you how that happens. Let's say this is the sun. And this is the earth. This is how the earth spins or rotates.
Wow, that's nice. The earth looks tilted though.
Awesome! That's a good catch. Yes, the earth's axis is tilted by 23.5 degrees. Now, when the earth rotates, at any time, only some parts of the earth will face the sun. So only this part of the earth's surface will receive the sunlight.
Yes, we see that.
The part of the earth that faces the sun experiences day.
Wow, let me guess. The part that is on the other side experiences night.
Exactly. You are so right.
Thank you, Mr. Hamster.
Let's check it out. Keep your eyes focused on the side which receives the sunlight.
Sure.
Did you see that? Now, the earth's surface which received the sun's rays is on the other side. So, they don't receive them anymore. And it's night over there.
That's great. Can we see it again?
Absolutely. I have a cute little teddy bear here. I'm going to stick the teddy to the earth and show what the teddy will go through.
Yay, that's great.
Okay, now the teddy sees the sun and it feels like the sun is rising. This is around 6 o'clock in the morning for the teddy. Well, this is around noon. The sun is brightest at this point because it's more direct to the teddy. Well, the teddy must feel the sun setting in the evening. Now the teddy experiences night and it's probably midnight. Okay, it's sunrise. It's the next day. Did you all like this?
Oh, we loved it. We now know how we feel night and day.
The time it takes the earth to complete one full rotation is 24 hours. That's a full day.
In a short time, we'll start seeing the sun set for us, and soon night will follow.
Exactly. When it's night for us, it must be day for somebody else.
Really?
Yes, if I stick the second teddy on the darker side, you will see the second teddy feels night and day at a different time. Let me do that. Now, it's about noon for the teddy, but the second one is experiencing night.
Wow, that's so true.
When it's day for us, the people who live on the other side of the earth will have night. And when it's night for us, the people who live on Earth's other side will have day.
We got that, Mr. Hamster.
Good. I hope you learned the concept of night and day now.
Yes, we did, Mr. Hamster. See you soon.
Bye, duckies.
Let's recall!
Hi, this is Rhea. Welcome everyone. We saw Mr. Hopster and the ducklings learn about how Earth experiences days and nights. We'll see if you can recall what time it is based on the Earth's location to the sun. Look at the 3 boxes below. Can you tell what is the likely time for the teddy stuck on the Earth? Is it 6 a.m. in the morning? Or is it 6 p.m. in the evening? Or is it midday, around noon? Yes, it's around noon for the teddy. Let's take a look.
Well, this is around noon. The sun is brightest at this point because it's more direct to the teddy.
Let's see another one. Can you tell what is the likely time for the teddy stuck on the Earth? Take a look at the 3 boxes below. Can you tell which one it is? Is it 6 p.m. in the evening? Or is it midnight? Or is it midday, around noon? Yes, it's midnight for the teddy. Let's take a look.
Now the teddy experiences night, and it's probably midnight.
Mr. Hopster, you look like you're busy with an experiment.
Oh, Mother Duck, you're here. Yes, I was busy. I was trying to see if the paper below gets burnt when I focus the sunlight on it using the magnifying glass.
I've heard of that. Can we all see it?
Sure, I've done this before, but I did this experiment on a warm day unlike today.
Hey little ones, come closer. Take a look at what Mr. Hopster is doing. Wow, the paper got burnt when we focused the sunlight. Sun is so powerful.
Yes, the sun is so powerful. The sunlight is responsible for so many things on Earth. Did you know that the Earth tilt and its revolution make up the seasons that we all experience?
Really? I didn't know that. How does that happen?
Let's take a look. I want you to first understand a few things. The Earth is in the shape of a sphere and rotates on its own axis, tilted at an angle of 23.5 degrees.
We know that, Mr. Hopster.
Good. There's an imaginary line on the center that runs through the entire perimeter of the Earth. That's called the equator.
Can you please show that to us?
Sure. Here it is. That's the equator.
Got it, Mr. Hopster. That's the equator.
Good. The equator divides the Earth into the upper part called the northern hemisphere and the lower part called the southern hemisphere.
Did you say hemisphere?
Yes, it is called hemisphere. Hemi means half. Hemisphere means half of the sphere. In this case, the hemispheres are northern and southern hemispheres of the Earth, as you can see. When northern hemisphere experiences winter, the southern hemisphere experiences summer. And when the northern hemisphere experiences summer, the southern hemisphere experiences winter.
Huh? Really?
Yes, we now have winter because it's December. We live in northern hemisphere. Many countries like America, Canada, Russia, the continent of Europe, India, China, and many more are located in the northern hemisphere. All these countries have winter now.
Oh, who experiences summer now?
Those countries which are the southern hemisphere will experience summer now. Countries such as Australia, South Africa, Argentina, Chile, New Zealand, and many more experience summer in December.
This is amazing! I didn't know this at all.
Well, I'll show you why this happens. Okay, now we have the sun and the Earth here. The orbit of the Earth is the path taken by the Earth around the sun, which is the revolution of the Earth around the sun. As you can see, Earth's orbit is elliptical. We are now experiencing winter here in the northern hemisphere. As you can see, this part receives less sunlight than the southern hemisphere. During winter, the sunlight is available for a shorter time leading to shorter days. The sunlight is also in a shallow angle. This is because of the Earth's tilt on its own axis. This leads to colder temperatures in northern hemisphere. While this part of the Earth experiences shorter days, the southern hemisphere experiences longer days and more direct sunlight, leading to summer over there. The North Pole receives no sunlight, and so the nights are the longest with no daylight, and the South Pole has sunlight all day with no nights. Well, it's December 21st today. The winter solstice usually occurs on this day in the northern hemisphere.
What is winter solstice?
Winter solstice is the time when the day is the shortest and the night is the longest. This is considered as the first day in winter.
Ah, that's what it is.
When it's winter solstice in the northern hemisphere, it's summer solstice in the southern hemisphere. This means the southern hemisphere will have its longest day and the shortest night, also marking the beginning of summer. Let's make the Earth move around its orbit and see the different angles of sunlight on the two hemispheres. We now are seeing how the sun's light falls equally on the two halves of the Earth on March 21st. On this day, both hemispheres will receive equal amount of light, and that's called equinox.
Equinox. That's a strange word.
Equinox means equal day and night. Spring starts on this day in the northern hemisphere, and fall or autumn starts in the southern hemisphere.
Awesome! Is there only one day when equinox happens?
No, equinox happens another time in September on September 23rd. We'll see that later. From this time, sun's rays hit the northern hemisphere longer and more direct, leading to warmer temperatures. By June 21st, the northern hemisphere experiences the longest time duration for sunlight, and it's the start of summer.
But we experience hot weather even before June 21st.
Yes, we do. However, the official start of summer is on June 21st. Summer solstice usually occurs on this day in the northern hemisphere, and winter solstice occurs in the southern hemisphere.
I remember solstice. So northern hemisphere has its longest day and southern hemisphere has its shortest day.
Exactly. While summer starts in the northern hemisphere, winter sets in the south. You can clearly see that the sunlight is less and shallow in the southern hemisphere.
You are right, Mr. Hopster.
Thank you. Southern hemisphere experiences winter during this time. Now let's see the Earth revolve again. We now are seeing how the sun's light falls equally on the two halves of the Earth on September 23rd again. This is the second equinox of the year. We experience equal day and nights in both hemispheres. This is also the beginning of fall or autumn in the northern hemisphere, while it's beginning of spring in the southern hemisphere.
Wow! We are now seeing the pattern here, Mr. Hopster.
Great job, duckies! Okay, now the Earth continues to revolve around the sun, and it becomes winter again starting December 21st for the northern hemisphere. I hope you all liked it.
Of course we did. You explained it so well.
Thank you all for coming.
Thank you, Mr. Hopster. Bye.
Let's recall! Hi, this is Rhea. Welcome everyone. We saw Mr. Hopster and the ducklings learn about why we have seasons on the earth. We'll see if you can recall them. Can you tell us what causes the seasons on the earth? Is it because of rotations of the earth? Or is it because of revolutions of the earth? Or is it because of revolutions and tilt of the earth? Yes, the reason why we have the seasons on earth is because of the revolutions and tilt of the earth by 23.5 degrees. Let's take a look.
Did you know that the Earth tilt and its revolution make up the seasons that we all experience?
Let's see another one. Can you tell what is equinox? Take a look at the 3 boxes below. Can you tell which one it is? Is it long days and short nights? Or is it equal days and nights? Or is it long nights and short days? Yes, equinox means equal days and equal nights. Let's take a look.
We now are seeing how the sun's light falls equally on the 2 halves of the Earth on March 21st. On this day, both hemispheres will receive equal amount of light, and that's called equinox. Equinox means equal day and night.